G'day, welcome back to Backyard Shenanigans. Thanks for tuning back in for this one here. We're going to do a bit of a sourdough bread baking. Hopefully it goes to plan. We'll have a look at what we've got going on here. This is the first step of the 3-step phase of making this sourdough bread. I've put 50 grams of starter in here and I put another 100 grams of flour and water, all mixed at 50-50 water to flour ratio. So that's 150 total weight in there. So this afternoon when I come home, that'll be 12 hours. I'll put in another 150 grams of flour and water. So that'll be 50-50 again, so 75 flour and water. And then tomorrow morning, that'll be 300 grams. I'll just double the whole lot, so that'll be 600 grams of flour and water. I'll put my salt in then, and I'll put my xanthan gum and stuff. I don't know, I'll see what we put in it then. I'll see if I can bake it without all that stuff. Alright, so this is the first step, and then we'll bake it tomorrow after. So, this is the starter, or the start of the bread, the first phase. Hasn't really raised much, but it's got a little bit of a dome on top. So we're going to add in another 75 grams of flour and 75 grams of water. This is the starter that we did today as well. Alright, so we'll get this out the road, this plate here, and get some scale. This will then be 300 gram in the bowl, which then will double tomorrow morning, and hopefully by tomorrow afternoon we will have enough to just bake a loaf of bread. We'll see how it goes. 5 grams, there we go. And another 75 grams to make up 150. Give this a mix now. Tomorrow I'll put in the salt and the xanthan gum and psyllium husk, and then that will sort it out. Alright, so that's what it's looking like. See what it's like tomorrow. Alright, this is the next morning. It's looking pretty promising, I reckon. What we're going to do now is we're going to add it here into the Thermomix, and we're going to mix it in with 150 grams of water, 150 flour. We're going to do 11 grams of salt. We're going to put in a teaspoon of xanthan flour, xanthan gum, and one of psyllium husk, and we're going to mix that up. Then we're going to put it in a bread tin. Alright, we added another, I think we added another 300 grams of flour and 300 mils of water. Add a little bit of oil, a teaspoon of xanthan gum, and 1 teaspoon of psyllium husk, as I normally would, and 11 grams of salt, 2% salt. I realised I was calculating the weight of the flour and the water together, so it wouldn't give me enough volume to make a normal loaf of bread, but this is about right. I'm guessing it's only going to rise a little bit, but we'll see what it looks like this afternoon. Alright, I just got home. It's 3 o'clock. I put this in here around 7 o'clock. So that's that 7 hours ago, and it looks like it's come up a little way, eh? What I'm going to do now is, I'm boiling the kettle at the moment. In goes the water, and in goes the bread. Alright, I could have took it a bag off, but we'll just leave it as is. Alright, I'll give this half an hour and then have a look at it, and then go by that. If it's coming up higher, then I'll stick the oven on and give it another half hour. Here we are. We're going to put this sourdough bread in the oven. The first time baking sourdough bread, so hopefully we get a success. This is a little look at the bread, how it's going in the proof, and not too bad, eh? It's come up pretty good. So what we're going to do is put some water in the bottom. This has got like a steam bake function. It's on 230 degrees. We'll pop that ready. Alrighty, there we are, looking through the oven window. We'll put the timer on for, I usually bake it for 40 minutes, my bread. That's the gluten-free bread, that is. I've got 220 now. I'll come back in 20 minutes and see how it looks, turn it up or down on the temperature. Most likely down. Alright. We'll see what that looks like in a couple of minutes. Here it is. It's nothing to write home about. It's just come out the oven. It's literally still crackling. You can usually hear when you take your bread out of the oven, it's got that little bit of a... Can you hear that? Freaky. Anyway, it's still a bit warm. But there it is. I had a calculation error. It's a bit small in size. It did rise like you saw in the video there, but I have miscalculated the volume needed for the bread tin. Usually about 600 grams of flour I use, and a similar amount of hydration in my yeasted breads. So yeah, when I did the calculation of 50 grams of starter, that's really only 25 grams of flour, and theoretically as I stepped it up, I would have only had about 300 or maybe 400 grams of actual flour in the bread by ratio, or flour to water, because I do 50-50. That's the starter. So 100% hydration in the starter is the way you'd look at it. So theoretically, I needed to get 1,200 grams of actual doubling in volume, like I've done in this. I reckon I'll do another video. We'll cut to a crumb shot on this, because I'm pretty sure it's still going to look great inside. You know, we want to see if we get them bigger holes that are reminiscent of classic sourdough bread. Let's cut this bread open, eh? I'll have a look what it's like inside. The crumb shot, as they say. Oh, there we go. There's plenty of little holes in there. Hey, we'll get another slice off. And, oh, sticky. That's just all stuck together. But there you go. As you see, it's looking pretty good. Sticky stuff. Tastes alright. There's a bit of a doughy bit there. You can see the big hole in it here. We'll have to work on this, I reckon. Oh. Yeah, that's a big hole. Nice and soft. Not too bad. For a sourdough gluten-free bread, man, if I can get this a little bit bigger, but use a sourdough starter instead of yeast, then I think I'll go this way from now on, making my bread. It was 2.5 days or 2 days to make the actual final product. So that's also something to consider. It's a slow method of making bread. It's not a quick and ready. When I make my normal bread, I'll see if I've got a picture, I'll link one in here. This usually, I mix the yeast and make the flour. Yeah, and that's normally like an hour, and I've got the bread out of the oven. I mix it, proof it for like 20 minutes, and then I proof it for 20, put the oven on about an hour, and we've pretty much got bread out the oven, so it's way quicker. This is a lot slower. But if you can incorporate it into your day-to-day routine, I think that it's definitely something to look into. It's something I'm driven by. Alright, well, thanks for watching. If you've all watched till the end, or whoever did, hopefully it's inspired you to have a go at some sourdough gluten-free bread baking for yourselves. It's doable. This is take one of probably many breads I'm going to do. So yeah, we're going to improve on this, I'm sure. So thanks again for watching, and like and subscribe, share it if you have any gluten-free or celiac friends that you know of that might appreciate this video, let them know, and I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers. Bye.